Welcome to today's edition of Crypto Corner at InvestorIdeas.com. News on what's driving the cryptocurrency market. Hey everyone, this is Sam Mowers here. Welcome to episode 766 of the Crypto Corner podcast. For news today, Meta's DM is selling off its IP and assets. Mawson is partnering with Voltus, and BitBuy has reported increased volume and new users. But just before we get into the show, a quick reminder that if you enjoy this podcast, to please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And as always, I recommend checking out some of the other podcasts on InvestorIdeas.com. This includes the Cannabis Podcast, the Clean Tech and Climate Change Podcast, as well as many others, all of which are going to bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. All right, so DM, that's the cryptocurrency project from Meta Platforms, Inc., trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol FB, of course formerly known as Facebook, has announced that it is selling its intellectual property and other assets relating to the running of the DM payment network. They're selling it to Silvergate Capital Corporation, which trades on the NYSE under the ticker SI. Stuart Levy, the CEO of DM Networks US, said, quote, "Despite giving us positive, substantive feedback on the design of the network, it nevertheless became clear from our dialogue with federal regulators that the project could not move ahead. As a result, the best path forward was to sell the DM Group's assets, as we have done today, to Silvergate. We remain confident in the potential for a stablecoin operating on a blockchain designed like DM's to deliver the benefits that motivate the DM Association from the beginning. With today's sale, Silvergate will be well placed to take this vision forward. Over the coming weeks, the DM Association and its subsidiaries expect to begin the process of winding down, but we look forward to seeing the design choices and the ideals of DM thrive." End quote. Mawson Infrastructure Group, Inc., which trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker MIGI, has partnered with Voltus, Inc., to deliver 100 megawatts of distributed energy resources to the PJM electricity grid in 2022. Now, according to the press release, Mawson is building a new 100 megawatt crypto mining facility on the grounds of a former industrial site in Midland, Pennsylvania, with the intention of bringing 50 megawatts of load online by March 2022 and an additional 50 megawatts by June 2022. Greg Dixon, the co-founder and CEO of Voltus, said, quote, "Crypto mining load is expected to reach nearly 10,000 megawatts in the U.S. over the next 5 years. Voltus can control these loads in a fully automated fashion, connecting this capacity to power markets that value them, resulting in cash back to miners, reliable resources for grid operators, and a balancing resource to improve the reliability of much-needed renewable energy." Digital infrastructure leaders like Mawson recognize that partnering with Voltus supports the grid and provides a competitive advantage in the power cost-driven world of crypto mining. End quote. Digital asset marketplace BitBuy, which was recently acquired by WonderFi Technologies, Inc., which trades on the NEO under the ticker symbol WNDR, has announced that it has achieved an increase in both monthly new deposits and in marketplace coin volumes. Ben Samaru, the CEO of WonderFi, said, quote, "Since announcing the BitBuy acquisition and our $45 million bought deal with Canaccord, we continue to engage with the BitBuy team to identify multiple synergy opportunities that we expect to optimize the future value and performance of both businesses. BitBuy's performance over the last few months solidifies the thesis that platforms like BitBuy thrive with market volatility." End quote. That does it for today's Crypto Corner. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products, services, or securities. Investors are reminded all investment involves risk and possible loss in investment. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and most audio platforms available.